Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to RPE Ball Hacks, hashtag tublife. Now, as you can tell, I'm sitting in my car, but I have a reason for this. The car is about 50% glass. Well, not 50%, but it's got a good amount of glass in here that kind of resembles a tank. And I want to show you the properties of glass and plastic with this. Right now I'm going to deal with glass. Glass is not an insulator, it's a conductor, so heat travels through it better, but it won't hold the heat, which is why when you touch the glass of your car, even though it is 75 degrees in here, that glass still feels really cold, which can affect your ball python. Now, to show you how cold it is here in Michigan, on the outside, it is 34 degrees. That's cold. So, obviously, your house isn't going to be 34 degrees. It's going to be closer to 70, but you're still going to find that little difference that can really affect the animal. Now, to show you the temperature of the window, I have my surface temp reader. And it's reading 75 degrees, which is the air temperature. But this was the air temperature. It's not reading the surface of the glass. Now, if I move over to the surface of the glass here, it's reading 59.4. Obviously, you don't want a tropical species that lives near the equator to come in contact with temperatures that cold. It can really affect their thermoregulating, their body heat, due to them being cold-blooded. Now, as I move closer to the heat source, about halfway down the window, it's reading 68 degrees, still cold. And as I go further towards the heat source, a good spot, it goes up to about 72, 71.6 right here. Now, that's just one of the heat vents here in the car. If I move up to the one that I've actually got running, I'm reading 106 degrees, 106.8, so about 107. That's going to burn a ball python. That's bad temp. Don't go by the temps that are in here. Remember, you need a thermostat for any heat source in your tub or tank if you haven't switched yet. Anyway, as we move up the window farther away from the heat source, the temperature starts dropping. About halfway up the window, it reads 88 degrees. Now that's about, I moved it about 6 inches away from where I had the first reading. Now, if I move up farther, another 6 inches, it reads at 71.9. So it's significantly dropping as I move up closer to the top of the windshield. At the top of the windshield, it reads 66.9 degrees. Now, if it worked as plastic does, it would read 73 degrees throughout the windows. But what's happening is it's combating that cold air. Now, in tanks, it's a single pane glass. With your house windows, they have double panes if it's a newer window. What happens with those is the air in between the two panes of glass heats up from the penetrating heat from the inside, but also deals with the penetrating cold from the outside. So, what that does is it's combating each other. So it's constantly going to be colder than what your ambient temp within your house actually is. Now, a lot of the times people will combat that with putting plastic over their windows, and I've done that. And it just shows that plastic is a really great insulator, which is important. Because with an insulating material, it's going to hold your ambient temperatures in a lot better. Which, with the ambient temperatures, it's going to help with the animal's digestion. Which, if it has a better digestion because it's got the heat that it needs to digest that food, you're going to have better feed responses each time you go to feed. As long as everything else is correct within your husbandry. Now, along with that, this is why we suggest tubs so often. It's because they work. Your temperatures are very important. You got to keep your balls toasty. Pretty much. I mean, everybody likes it when their ball pythons are eating, shedding properly, and going to the bathroom on a frequent basis in a healthy manner. It's easier to do this with tub enclosures or a rack or even PVC vivariums. But you got to remember, with the PVC vivariums, it's still a wide open space, and these animals live in tighter spaces. They thrive in tighter spaces, which is why the tubs and the racks work great. I hope you found this very informative. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe to the channel. That'd be even better. These videos are here to help us learn, to help move forward in this hobby. #TubLife.